What's up, YouTube? Back in another video. Today I got another custom series, and this is my empty side series. So a bunch of pick and roll plays that empty out one corner, and so after your big sets that screen and he rolls, there's no help on his side. So if he's able to get behind the hedge defender, you can get a lot of lobs or dump off passes if you can force that hedge defender to commit to the ball handler. And if your big is a good mid-range or even three-point shooter, you can have him pop into open space for those open jump shots. And there are a lot of these plays in the game, but instead of just filling the playbook with a bunch of empty side pick and rolls that just have you bring the ball up and then just go into the pick and roll, I tried to get plays that have an action happening before or during the pick and roll. So you might get a down screen for a potential shot, and then if you don't get the shot, you go into the pick and roll. Or as the pick and roll is happening, have some screening action happening on the other side of the court for either a potential shot or at the very least a distraction from the other help defenders. And we're going to be demonstrating this with Nash and Amari, one of the best pick and roll duos ever. Nash, one of the best passers ever. Amari, one of the best lob threats ever, and he was also a really good mid-range shooter, and they definitely did a lot of stuff like this in real life. But there's so many other duos that can run this, so just take your pick. And with that being said, let's get into it. So these are all the plays, and I also shared this playbook too. So if you click your left analog to load playbook, and then I'll press Y to search by gamer tag, and I'll search my name, and here it is right here, empty side series. And also, you'll see a couple other series that I created too. The first play is 0-1 Sacramento Fist 25 ankle spread. And as always, we're going to be demonstrating these on Hall of Fame. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts with the ball on the wing. Then he's going to dribble over. And then Amari comes to set the screen. And so from here, just, reading the defense. Amari doesn't create enough separation for me to throw him that lob. And so I go all the way and I force Tim Duncan to commit to something, either commit to me or commit to Amari. And so I go up for the layup. I force him to jump and I just bail out for the easy dump off dunk for Amari. And so again, if you have a guard that has bailout, that's going to make these plays a lot better, because you can do plays like this. Just go up with layups, force the hedge defender or somebody else to jump and commit to you for those easy dump off passes. The next play is 0-2 Fist 35 angle rip down. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts out in the corner. Quentin Richardson has the ball on the wing. Joe Johnson, he's gonna set like this rip screen for Sean Marion. So you might be able to get a pass in here for like, standing dunk or layup. But I let the play run, and then he gets this screen from Amari, comes out to the top of the key. So you got a potential 3-point shot here. Especially if you throw it early enough, he'll be like a little bit closer. But if you wait, he'll be like a little far back. But it's still a makeable shot if you have a shooter that you're comfortable with. But I just let the play run, swing it over to Nash, and then it goes into this empty corner pick and roll. And so Amari comes up, sets the screen. I force Tim Duncan to commit, and so there's no help. So Amari gets a free lob. Also, another thing with this play, the spacing could get a little messed up sometimes because you'll have power forward here in the dunker spot. But as you drive, they start to like rotate. So Joe Johnson, he'll go up to the top. Quentin Richardson will go to the wing, and then Sean Marion will go out to the corner. So if you force his man to step up, then you could get an easy shot in the corner or like this little mid range right here. So keep that in mind when if you use this play. I would like it if they actually moved sooner, but it is what it is. The next play is 0-2 Fist 2-4 Stagger. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts out in the corner. Quentin Richardson has the ball on the wing. Nash gonna get these two screens, and go out to the opposite wing. So if your defender gets caught on the screens, you got a potential 3 right here. But after the catch, Amari, he's gonna come set the screen. And so since your defender is trailing you most of the time, when you catch, you could just attack his closeout and create a lot more separation. So right here, I'll create, a step of separation, and then he has to get through the screen as well. So right here is just reading the defense. Tim Duncan doesn't hedge. And so I can get into like this little pocket right here and take my mid-range pull up. The next play is 02 Fist 15 Ram angle 2. So right here I call it for Nash. He starts out the ball at the top, and then I'm gonna dribble over to the hash, and Q Rich is gonna set this ram screen for Amari, and then Amari is gonna come up, set this ball screen, and then from here is just reading the defense again. Tim Duncan, he steps up just a little bit, which is enough for Amari to get behind the defense and enough for me to barely get the lob over his hand and get a dunk. The next play is 02 Fist 2-4 Hulk quick. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts off on the wing. Q Rich has the ball at the top. Pass it over to Nash. Q Rich gets this screen from Amari. So you might be able to get some passes through here for a layup on this cut. But right here, I just hold it, let the play run. Then it goes into this empty corner pick and roll. So as that's happening though, Q Rich, he gets these 2 screens and goes out to the wing. So right here is just, reading the defense, see what you got. Tony Parker gets clipped by the screen, so if I take another dribble here, I could get a pull up mid range. Duncan stays on the roll, so the roll is not really open, but Manu gets hung up on the screens. Q Rich gets wide open on the wing for the 3. The next play is W Fist 15 elbow. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts out with the ball on the wing, passes it off to Marion at the elbow, and then Joe Johnson, he gets these 2 screens, comes out to the wing, top of the key area. So you got a potential 3 right here, but I just let the play run, pass it off to Nash, and the play goes into this empty corner pick and roll. And so here, take the screen, and I just read the defense. So I draw Tim Duncan, and Amari, he pops out, gets the easy mid-range. The next play is NOH Fist 35 angle quick. So right here, I call for Nash. He starts with the ball at the top. Then I'm going to dribble over to the hash. And then Amari is going to come set the screen. And as that's happening, Q Rich, he gets these 2 screens and goes out to the wing. So you got a potential 3 out here. But right here, I get the screen from Amari, and then I force Tim Duncan to commit to the ball, so Amari gets an easy lob. The next play is 02 Fist 41 Ram angle. So right here, I call for Nash. He starts off on the wing. Joe Johnson also has the ball on the wing. Then he's gonna pass it off to Nash. Joe Johnson, he's gonna set this ram screen for Amari, and then he's gonna come up, set this ball screen for Nash. And as this, empty side pick and rolls happening, Joe Johnson will also get 2 screens from Q Rich and Sean Marion and come out to the wing, top of the key area. So you got a potential 3 out here. And so here, I take the pick. Amari fades, but I don't get the shot. But Bruce Bowen, he gets hung up on the screen. Nobody rotates, and so I'm able to kick out to Joe Johnson for the 3. The next play is 0-2 Fist 14 spread. So right here, call for Nash. He starts with the ball on the wing. I set up Tony Parker with a couple crossovers, then I run them into the screen. And then I drive. I force Tim Duncan to just take one step over, and I'm able to get the lob off the backboard to Amari. I don't know if everybody can like throw lobs off the backboard. I think they can, or unless that's reserved for like just really good passers. But I notice running these plays like a lot that Nash would throw the ball off the backboard. So yeah. Next play is LAC Fist 25 angle spread. So right here, I call it for Nash, starts with the ball on the wing, and this is just another simple spread, empty side pick and roll. No other actions happening, just the pick and roll. So hit Tony Parker with a few dribble moves, run him into the screen, and then from here, just reading the defense. Tim Duncan has to play two. Throw another lob off the backboard for Amari. The next play is Fist 25 quick 2. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts at the free throw line. Quentin Richardson has the ball at the top. And then Nash will get the screen from Amari and go out to the wing. So you got a potential 3 right here. But then I just let the play run. Goes into this spread, empty corner pick and roll. So get the screen from Amari. I attack the rim. Go out for a layup. Force Tim Duncan to help. Bail out to Amari for an easy layup. The next play is LAL Fist 25 angle spread. So right here, call for Nash. Starts with the ball on the wing. And again, another just simple spread, empty side pick and roll. Set up Tony Parker with some dribble moves, run him into the screen. Tim Duncan, he steps up. So Amari gets the free roll to the rim. Only he too short. Easy lob. Next play is 05 Dallas Fist 25 Ram. And this is a pick and fade mid play. So it's designed for your screener to set the screen and pop into the mid range. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts out on the wing. Joe Johnson has the ball on the other wing. Then I'm going to swing it over to Nash. Q Rich sets this ram screen for Amari. And then play goes into this empty side pick and pop. So Amari sets the screen. I attack. I draw 2. Amari pops into the mid-range for an easy shot. The next play is 16 Dallas Fist 24 fade. And this is another pick and fade mid play. So right here, I call it for Nash. Starts with the ball on the wing. Gonna get the screen from Amari. Then I put some pressure on the rim. I drill the defenders. Amari gets the easy mid-range. The next play is SST Fist 15 spread out. And this is a pick and fade 3 play. So it's designed for your screener to set the screen and pop out to the 3-point line. So if you have a screener that can shoot 3s, he'll pop out to the 3. But since Amari, he's not a 3-point shooter, he's still gonna pop into the mid-range. So right here, I call it for Nash. He starts with the ball on the wing. Amari comes, sets the screen. And most of the time, like after he sets the screen, he's just going to stop right here. And like I said, if it's somebody that could shoot 3s, they would just take a step back. But they don't move as much. Like they don't pop to the corner or over here. Like most of the time, after the screen, he's just going to turn and face up. And so right here, I draw 2. I made Tim Duncan just slide over just a little bit, and he's a little too late to recover for the jumper. And the last play is fist out 4 lift, and this is another pick and fade 3 play. So right here, call for Nash. He starts out with the ball on the wing. Amari comes and sets the screen. I attack the rim, and I force a switch right here. So I bail out to Amari, and I just wait for everybody to clear out, and then mismatch, post spin, dunk. So that's pretty much it for the plays. Let me know how y'all feel about these plays in this series, and as always, hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.